right, so I'm going to work on that during planning today. Alrighty. I wonder if this just works. Can I just use that? Okay, so if we have a function that is increasing, it's going up, right? If we have one that's decreasing, it's going down. If we have a function that's constant, it's just staying the same, right? So it's just a flat line, horizontal line. So you want to think of this as like a roller coaster, and you're riding this roller coaster from the left side to the right side, okay? It's really important because if you look at it any other way besides left or right, you're going to get these wrong. So we're always starting over here and going this direction. So I would use the example of Thunder Road, but they've turned, y'all, Thunder Road wasn't even ever at Carowinds in your existence, was it? It was old. It was an old roller coaster when I used to go to Carowinds when I was like younger. So, but they've tore it down. I don't even know what's there now. But it was just basically a roller coaster with a bunch of hills going out, and then you went backwards coming back. So, or maybe it went around, or you could ride it backwards. I can't remember. Definitely there was a backwards option because that would jerk your head really bad. So, you're thinking of just if you were riding this roller coaster, are you going up the hill or are you going down the hill, right? Increasing height, decreasing height. If you think of it that way, you'll be able to do these pretty well. I'm trying to use this and I don't know. Well, if I just hit the over button, what's it do? Nope. Okay, now I don't know what I've done. Oh, great. I've turned this. How do I get my cursor back? Because now it won't let me do anything. How do I make that stop? Do y'all know? Do you see a button? I don't usually use this one. Okay. If I click off it, no. This was a terrible idea. And we ride the roller coaster to the right-hand side of the graph. Are we increasing or decreasing? So I'm going to use the highlighter here. For this, oh, it doesn't show up at all. Let's get a different color. Let's try like a red. No, red's not going to show up. Let's do a blue. All right. This is still bad. It's bigger. All right, let's try now. Okay. Oh, now it's really big. Okay. All right, so over here, am I increasing or decreasing? Decreasing. All right. Do I decrease the whole time? Nope. Right here, I stop decreasing. All right. All right, so what you need to know about this is that you're pretty much always doing domain for this, okay? You are not going to use the y-axis at all. Always use the x-axis. And also, I didn't draw it because Desmos graphs don't do these, but pretend there are arrows here on the end of that function right there. So I pulled these graphs from Desmos and they don't show up like that. But there's arrows. So if I'm doing the domain where this graph is decreasing, is it decreasing over here? It doesn't look like it exists at all. But that arrow keeps on going up. So you're decreasing here, decreasing, 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 decreasing. Where do I stop? At 0. Okay? And you're probably going to say 0 either way on that because that's the point, 0, 0. But we're looking at the x-axis here. And so we're going over here on the x-axis. This is negative infinity, right? Over on this side. So we would be decreasing from negative infinity to 0. And there is great debate in the calculus world on whether or not we should use a parentheses or a bracket right here. When I was in calculus, my teacher, I realize you're like thinking I'm confused. You're not in calculus, but this is a calculus concept that we go way more into depth than you guys will. You just need to know whether you're going up or down on the roller coaster, right? But my calculus teacher taught me that whenever it switches, it's neither increasing or decreasing, use a parentheses. I know she said it. She was a smart lady. Some textbooks even teach that. However, the definition that most people use for increasing or decreasing, more recent knowledge, I have been told that we should use a bracket right there. That it is lower than the point before it, so it's still decreasing, pretty much. So this is something, even on the AP Calculus exam, if they ask this question right here, if you give the answer of negative infinity to 0 like that, they'll count it right. So I'm not really concerned on whether or not you use a bracket or a parentheses there. I think that this one with the bracket is the one that is the best answer, but I'm not going to count off either way on that. So don't get too concerned with that. Then let's look at where we're, oh wait, I just changed the wrong thing. Look at where we're increasing. So here we switch to increasing, and we are going to increase the rest of the time, right? So Victor, what do you think I should put for my increasing there? If we look at increasing, we're thinking about domain, right? So we're looking at that x-axis. So right here is where I start to increase. What number should I use for that? 0. And then increasing. Am I increasing still over here? Yeah. I am, because the arrow makes it go up forever. So what should I put for my top number, my biggest number? Infinity. So 0 to infinity. There. And this one would not be constant at all. Right. So let's do this next one, then we'll back up. All right, so this one's a little more complicated. We're looking for increasing or decreasing. So if we look for, I'm just going to start on the left. What am I doing right here? Increasing. Where do I stop increasing? Right there, right? And then it's going to decrease in the middle. But then, over here, we increase again, right? So if I want to tell where this is increasing, where do I start increasing? Assume there's arrows. Where do I start increasing? If this keeps on going, right? I realize when I do that, it looks like I'm decreasing, but we got to think left to right, right? It's way, way, way low over here. And then as I go up, we're increasing here. So negative infinity up to what number? Negative 4. Negative 4. You're looking at that x-axis, so you're looking down to that x-axis. That's negative 4. I know on your paper the numbers are tiny there. So we got negative infinity to negative 4, and then we also have over here, what number do I start increasing again at? 2, and it probably didn't print your grid lines good either, did it? Up to what? Am I still increasing over here? Yes, that's going to be infinity. So, so this right here is 2 to infinity. So where would we be decreasing? Negative 4 to 2. And I can use brackets with both of those, negative 4 to 2. So that just gives you a little bit of an idea of some of the stuff that we're going to be talking about. We'll also talk about like maximum, minimum points, stuff like that. So you do not have any homework